Hi everyone, this is about a little impromptu. It's supposed to be a short, but it's going to be beyond the short. Walk with me through every step. If you was, let's say, law enforcement, that's not the wording we use in the UK, but let's use it. And there's a call, there's a report that potentially someone's gone missing. What's left is a dog that's been running. Let's not get into that because everyone in the neighbourhood apparently got called. Different people called to come tie the dog, and the whole scenario around that is not clear. And there's a phone on the bench, and there's the harness of the dog on the floor. No lead, no tennis ball. The surrounding area is just a green flat park with a pavement. Then there's the odd bench here and there one was next to the gate. The phone and the harness was there. The dog was running between the bench and the gate. Apparently, what would you do? You are law enforcement, you go out and check it, you get called out to go check it. Okay, what else would you do? Probably contact the family, circulate the area. It's difficult if it's a park. We'll definitely close off the bench where the things are, collect the things, not give them to someone, collect them in. Even the harness of the dog, collect it in. Have and go thoroughly check everywhere at that park. Then I would say that you probably, and this includes, I'm sorry to say it, I've been very conservative in my readings. I've been very conservative when I want to discuss characters. I've not pointed any fingers. When it comes to places and things, I'm comfortable to point fingers because I'm not one of those tarot readers. I am not one of those people that just like toxic gossip, because in fact, it's negative, and as a true empath and channeler, I feel it. I told you the signs of what I felt within my body in terms of Maddie as well as Nicola. And what places I've seen, I'm gonna elaborate in the next part. So you will probably stand there, let's say, are you not going to be looking around as well, all over the place, stopping people and asking them, have you seen my brother? Have you seen my sister? God forbid, right? Have you seen my cousin? Have you seen my auntie? This is what they look like. This is what happened. Do you regularly walk here? Etc, etc. We're talking about not a large town like London, New York. We're talking about a small village where practically nearly everyone knows everyone. And half the time when people know each other, they tend to know even they live down that street, possibly in that house as well. At that stage, what are you going to do other than that? You're going to really look into it, investigate it, get on world news, look and investigate people that knew the person, that last saw the person. But then you get told, you know what? Her drinking was over the top. This person who's missing, the drinking was over the top. They were, the drinking got out of control. We even had a welfare call. And also, normally this is the route. So normally the person goes through the park, takes a tennis ball for the dog as well. And there was struggle with, let's just say premenopause. It can be anything, right? That can affect you. What would you do then? It doesn't change anything. It only just says that there might be a tendency for committing suicide. But have we heard of that phrase of check on your friends that are quiet because it doesn't mean they're not okay? It doesn't mean that they're okay, sorry. To me, that doesn't change anything. Then let's enter a lake. A tennis ball, dog, throwing the tennis ball, threw it in the lake, tried to get it out the lake. The dog that used to be a swimmer no longer is a swimmer because it's freezing. Dropped down a steep to get the ball. There's a lake now in the picture, or there's a large ditch now in the picture. A ditch that you can fall, which is even worse actually, you can fall and you can't get out. The lake is up to your calves. So let's forget everything else because water is more dangerous. And we'll look at the lake because actually we were told she has alcohol. Let's look in the lake because gone missing, phone and bench there. There is a hazard, a lake, we're seeing it as a hazard, but more so, 2 storylines, tennis ball, and a person that was struggling, apparently high risk, which I need to get into because on that welfare call, was it high risk? Or was it someone that actually knew something that couldn't speak up at that time? Probably had a little bit too much to drink. I don't know, I wasn't there. And so respectfully said, my head hurts, I need to go to bed. Obviously the next day, maybe had too much to drink, went to the doctors for a checkup. That I also don't understand. If a loved one of mine was going for a checkup on their head, because hitting their head, I try and be there. I don't care who it is, even my friend. And then another thing is, if it's someone I know, with police force, law enforcement, they're so busy. Why do you give them an exit route of saying that someone had alcohol problems? Someone's gone missing. I don't care if there's a lake. I don't care if there's a tiger. This person is missing. You need to cross off everything. Why has suddenly, have you seen the shift? When there's a lake, someone's drowned, someone can drown. When there wasn't a lake, when there wasn't a ditch, we need to check everything. I'm taking you through a mind thing. Then you've got law enforcement that are probably thinking, we're so busy, and Andy's got to go to, Andy's just a character name, Andy's got to go to the call out at location B, so you've got to stay, and then, okay, after you're done from this location, location C, please go check, apparently there's something there. So can you see what has happened? We know a narrative is there, but regardless, what about all the surrounding? You start looking at the lake. And I'm sorry to say this because I have utmost respect, and I said it from the beginning. The expert I know probably would voice there's something more to this. I also believe one of the names I mentioned, okay, ties in with someone at a higher level that knows there's more to this. And I wonder if someone knows someone tied in with that person. And this is why also there's a bit of a hush. But why did also police go back in April, I think it was stated, to check that lake? What was happening there? Is it related to it? It couldn't be. It might be. We don't know. But what's the difference between the 2 landscapes for someone who's missing? What's the difference between, yes, someone who could have been taking, someone who could be, I don't know, on meds, someone who's taking alcohol, someone who on whatever it is. You follow your leads. You follow every clue. What about this glove? This glove that apparently there was a glove. If there was a glove, the answer was it's not this person's. Do you still not take it? Does it have someone else's DNA on it? There was too much of a jump to a conclusion. And also probably not tapping out of what everything and everyone was saying and jumping back into your profession and thinking about it a bit more. Like I said, the expert that I think knows that there couldn't be more. I don't understand why no one said, actually, it could be that this person wasn't in the river. What about the rest of the places? What about the rest of the landscape? If there was no river, the search would have been wide because there's no clues. Because of the river and because of certain narratives, it was then a focus on the river. And for me, if I'm someone who get told, you know, we've got to search the river, I'm going to say, well, it's a missing person. The river is a key to look into and continue to look into. But if you're talking about helicopters, sonars, dogs, second time there's experts, etc., there's nothing in the river. What else are you doing? Where else are you searching? Have you searched the buildings? Have you searched high and low? Was it searched? Or was it just a tunnel focus?